Welcome back to GameBabble. I'm your host, Jell. Okay, last time I revealed that, believe it or not, Wii Cheer, fucking awesome. But that's pretty damn hard to believe. I mean, there has to be something better out there. Maybe that other cheerleading game with more features, or whatever Wii Cheer's Japanese equivalent is. Well, let's dive in. Believe it or not, I did rent All-Star Cheer Squad. And I don't know why anyone would think it would be better than Wii Cheer. I mean, okay, on paper it most certainly sounds like it has some features. On paper it sounds better. I mean, it actually supports the nunchuck, it has balance board support, and it has choreography by Tony G. Wow, I really care. But of course, the actual product is a little more iffy. The graphics are unspectacular, made all the worse by the fact that the backgrounds are actually pre-rendered movies. Why? The Wii could handle those in real time. You're just wasting more resources making them pre-rendered movies. And for some completely unexplainable reason, all the girls have a creepy Enzite smile on their face. Huh. As for how it plays, well, basically little indicators scroll along the screen telling you to hold the Wiimote and nunchuck in different positions, and you strike the appropriate pose before the marker hits the other marker. If you do it with the right timing, you get more points. To its credit, the controls do work. Shockingly well, I might add. So I could kinda see this being sorta fun-ish later on. As for the music, yeah, it has one song by the Jonas Brothers, just so that way they can stick a bullet point on the back of the box, and the rest is just random crap they pulled out their ass. Some of it's alright, while others are, The worst thing, though, is that there's no real good way to revisit any of the songs you like. They aren't labeled on the free play menu. And as for that balance board support, yeah, don't even bother, because you actually have to set up the balance board every time you want to use it for each routine. And when you do, you have to sit there and calibrate it and sit through unskippable warning screens that often take longer than the actual routine. I'm not kidding. And all it adds is occasionally telling you to stand on one foot. Again, not kidding. People, the balance board is not a dance pad. Quit fooling yourself into thinking that it would really add something to the game if it's not a boarding game. Use your brains. I think about the only thing that All-Star Cheer Squad really has over Wii Cheer is the fact that it has a fully voice-acted story mode with an actual plot, though you'll wish it didn't.
Yup, she's noodles alright. Newbie all the way.
Great. Vivian breaks an ankle and this is who we get to fill her sneaks?
Still, gotta give credit where credit's due. It does work, it is playable, and I could kinda see it being fun, but, woo, is it kinda grody. I can't believe this was a full-price release. I'd be a little more forgiving if it was a budget title, because it certainly feels like one. Still, I'll give it a 2.3 out of 5. Now, of course, now you have to ask about Wii Cheer's Japanese counterpart. Well, I happen to have it handy, Happy Dance Collection, and at first glance, it looks way better than Wii Cheer. The graphics are better, it actually has Mii implementation, they actually have different rankings for bronze, silver, and gold. It looks way better than Wii Cheer. Unless you look closer. See, what's that in her hand? Yeah, that's right, a Wiimote. How many? One. Yeah, there's no 2 Wiimote support. You'll also notice that the dance routines are much, much more simplistic and are interspersed with random waggle moments like, ooh, play the air guitar now. There's one song that's almost entirely just waggling for an air guitar. Not even kidding. You'll also notice that there's no 4-player support, and there's only 5 stages, and there's only 25 songs, and the motion detection isn't as good as Wii Cheer. And here's where the real Shyamalanian twist comes into play. Believe it or not, Wii Cheer came first. That's right, We Cheer was not an American butcher job of Happy Dance Collection. Rather, Happy Dance Collection was a watered-down We Cheer. So much so, in fact, that a few months later, they actually took We Cheer, almost identical to the US release, and brought it back to Japan. That really says something. Still, while Happy Dance Collection isn't as good as We Cheer, it's still pretty good, and I feel comfortable giving it a 3.4 out of 5. It ain't bad. So, seems like We Cheer's the best you can get, but there's one more to cover. Suzumiya Haruhi no Gekidou. Yeah, that's right, they basically made a video game based entirely on the Haruhi end theme. Well, at first glance, it certainly looks nice once again. I mean, we've got nice cel-shaded graphics, good music, this could be really fun. Until you try playing it, yeah. First of all, you'll notice once again we're only using one Wiimote, and if you pay attention, you'll notice that the motions you have to do with the Wiimote have little to nothing to do with the actual dance routines shown on screen. A problem, because the interface is unfucking readable. See, okay, there's these two silhouettes, right? And these different poses. Obviously, you're supposed to strike the pose. The first silhouette is when you're supposed to start the pose, and the second silhouette is when you're supposed to end the pose. If there's a dot, that means to return to the center, and if there's not a dot, then that means you're supposed to smoothly transition between one pose and the next with the appropriate timing. The problem here is that it wants very specific moves with very specific timing at very specific speed, and the interface is only giving you the vaguest hints as to what it wants. It's practically unreadable. There's almost no way to tell what you're supposed to be doing here. And believe me, don't act like I just gave up early. Oh no, I tried. See, I actually own this. I didn't bootleg any of this shit. I went out and bought this. I imported this. After all the importing and shipping fees, it cost me in the ballpark of $80, so I fucking tried, but this is unfucking playable, I swear. And it's really sad because it actually uses the same motion detection middleware as We Cheer and Happy Dance Collection. But in the end, it's I mean, I'll give it credit for the graphics and the music and the bunny suits, but all I can give it for that is a 1 out of 5. Seriously. So there you go. We Cheer is the best motion-based rhythm game on the Nintendo Wii. And if you had any further doubts about this, guess what? Yeah, that's right. We Cheer 2 is coming in a few weeks. I already have it pre-ordered. Now, mind you, I still have a few reservations. I don't quite like the less super deformed look, and there's a few more Disney artists on the roster, but at the same time, there's a lot of nice-sounding new features, so there is the off chance that it could be worse than the original, and there's also a chance it could be better. You want to know? Well, you know I'll be reviewing it. Same Gel time, same Gel channel. Anyway, this is Gel, and you've been GameBabbled. See ya.